Okay, so here's the front of your house. I'm on the back here. I want to show you what I see. First of all, you're kidding me. That is gorgeous. You guys won the lottery there. That's cool. Okay, so when you do siding like this, it's painted siding, you have to go through and you have to seal it off like that. It's not a bad job. This should never have gaps. That's a problem. It's going to swell. It's going to leak. That should be sealed. They didn't do that properly. A piece of trim down there. I'm surprised they didn't run a little bit lower, and then they should have sealed the end. That's not sealed. These should be sealed. That's all wrong. We do paint work, by the way. We do roofing, siding, paint, and windows. So it's something I'm very familiar with. There's a gap back there. That should have been sealed off when they were putting in that trimmer. Hello. Here's your step flashing. Looks like they stopped it right there, which is maybe correct. It's hard to tell. There's a gap there. That should have been caulked. That's leaking. This looks pretty good up here. There's a little gap right there. That will definitely leak. And then this edge, you cannot leave an edge like that open. It will absolutely leak. That whole thing needs to be caulked. I don't know who let that go. That should never have slid through an inspection. You got gaps going into the attic right there, because remember, there's a gap around this chimney. The wood doesn't go to it. There's just a gap. So that goes straight into your attic. That'll have to be reflashed. You can do a counter flashing and seal it. Oh, and then I forgot to show you this. There's a torn shingle right here. Right there. So it needs a shingle there. They didn't caulk that. That's always got to be sealed off. Can't leave those open. There's a gap back there. I always check these because nobody does this right. Look real close. That's into your house. That's got to be sealed off. You can put expandofoam in there and then caulk it, but it's got to be sealed. Can't leave these cracks. Whoever did it wrong. That's all cracked. That's leaking, and that crack goes all the way down to there, and then again it starts right there and goes all the way down. So that's all leaking. And if you look closely, there's a little swelling there. You got the swelling here, which we talked about. And there's a little bit right there. So I think your shingles are not at all the issue. It was your siding guys did a really bad job. They did not properly seal practically anything. So this trim board needs, I would reset it, get it in, reseal everything. I would be concerned with that. Oh, you know what? I forgot about this. I've seen so much stuff. I'm running past myself. That's way too big of a gap right there. So water can go up a little bit. Should have been tighter than that. So that would concern me. And there's a couple of them like that actually. Right there, right there. There's one there. Oh, I didn't notice that one earlier. Let's see if I can find it on the camera. There it is. Pretty big gap there. It was just a lot of people maybe didn't really know what they were doing. I think they brought their cheap kids out here to let them go to work. But it's just a lot of little stuff. So the extent of the repair is really up to you. You could do it the cheap way, see if it works, which would be caulk everything and just see what happens. Or you could do it the proper way, which is, resealing, recaulking everything. All these corners, you need to caulk that mortar cap up there is cracked and it can be leaking. I would redo the flashing, and it's up to you if you want to pull these shingles and reset these steps or not. It's wrong. It should be better than that, but it may not be leaking. So it's your choice how far you go on that. But just wanted to show you.